Oh my gosh. So it's finally here. It finally happened. It's November 10th. It is literally 1:53 a.m. on Friday because I stayed up and I wanted to build something because I needed to explore the pack. I needed to build something. I've had this idea for a cat cafe since I heard about cats and dogs. I was like, someone else is going to build it. I need to build it. So here we are, a little manic, a little freaking out because I built this. I got to explore cats and dogs, and I listened to Reputation for the first time because it also dropped at midnight. So there's a lot of things happening. I'm going to try to focus on the build and not just gush about cats and dogs and Taylor Swift the whole time. But we'll see how it goes because it is 2 a.m. Okay, so for the cat cafe, Brindleton Bay is a beachy town, and it's really cute and eclectic. And so I kind of pulled that in, but I also gave this little cafe kind of some city vibes. I don't know, you'll see. It's got brickwork, but it also is really eclectic. It has different colored walls that might not make sense, and then contrasting art styles because I was thinking this is a cafe, so they kind of, I don't know if you've ever been into like a privately owned cafe, you know, not like a Starbucks. The art style is like they've collected pieces from the area, like local artists, and they kind of, it has this feel to it that's just very authentic, and that's kind of what I was going for, was like this homey feel. And you'll see that throughout the build. I also, since it's a cat cafe, put in a lot of cat things. I don't think I put in any dog things. At least I tried to avoid putting in any dog things because I wanted to be like, oh, this is a place you come with your cats, you know? And so there's cat toys or scratching posts. I made the bathroom, which you'll see later in the video. There's a bathroom, obviously, because it's a cafe. And then next to the room that is the bathroom, there's like this little sectioned off area with curtains, the 2 kitty litter boxes, like the cat bathroom kind of thing. I don't know. I was like, there have to be litter boxes in here because there's going to be cats here. So they get their own private bathroom, but I didn't want to make it a room because I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. But so I tried to make this kind of little building that even if you don't want it in Brindleton Bay, like say you have other packs and you want to put it in another town, it won't look weird because it's super beachy. It's really simple and eclectic, and it, if you wanted to, honestly, it's kind of got that townhouse aesthetic where it's small and then multiple stories. It ends up being 2 stories. You could put this on a lot and then build other things around it if you wanted to create like some kind of business complex where you have a little cafe and then whatever else you want to add to it. So I just tried to keep it compact and cute because it's a cat cafe. So there's many things. It's a cafe. Cafes are small. They're usually crammed in really weird places. But then it makes them so much better because you always feel like you found something exciting when you go to one. But I don't know. I just thought it would be cute, small, and I also could see it in places like San Myshuno, or even if, depending on how you style Newcrest, you could throw it into Newcrest since that's just a giant empty town. But I just wanted it to be cute and plush, but also a functioning cafe, so there are tables and things, and there's the counter, the barista thing, the espresso bar, that's what it's called. But yeah, so I was, if you'll notice, I felt weird using a lot of cats and dog stuff in here because normally when I build things, I don't use a bunch of stuff from one particular pack. But I was like, cats and dogs is new. This is a cats and dogs build. Let's use a bunch. I use cats and dogs windows. I think I use a cats and dogs door. Obviously, the rugs are from the new expansion. Obviously, all the animal toys are from the new expansion. But I also wanted to throw in some things that weren't, just so it didn't seem like, okay, cats and dogs overload. So there's, I think, a painting or 2 that is from other parts of the game, and the brick wall is not from cats and dogs. I think the paint that I end up using, which I went with a really simple paint since there's a lot of texture everywhere else in the build. I just used solid colors, but like varying pastels and things. Pretty sure that's base game. And the plants and things are really simple. Outside there is, I think it's a birch tree. I don't know, but that's from cats and dogs. So it's kind of a mix of like throwing in a little bit of city life because I wanted that style, that kind of hole in the wall style, and then cats and dogs overload, and just a dash of other like base game and stuff like that. You'll notice that I'm building it on this really huge lot called Tail's End, and I started building on this lot originally because It's the part of Brindleton Bay that is the kind of the cat area. It's where all the cats run around. There's the docks and stuff. But the lot is way too big for this build, so I end up moving it. So when I upload this build to the gallery, it'll actually say a smaller lot size. I end up moving it to, I don't remember what the name of the lot is. But anyway, you saw how big that is. This is for a major build. Like this, I think this lot would be really good if maybe you wanted a pet store. Like maybe we could build like kind of a big box pet store, but without all of the horrible fish deaths and stuff, you know. And I also start with the counter here because I started with the counter over there because I was like, oh, you walk in, you turn counter, boom. And I thought there'd be more room for tables. But then I kind of changed that thought and I was like, nope, walk in the front door. First things there is the counter, and then there's some little tables and things. And it still gets moved around a little bit. But the main thing I wanted to hold on to was that little corner area with the couches and chairs. And it's kind of really plush because that's the main thing for me, was like the place you play with the cats. I researched so many different cat cafes for inspiration for this. I saw some that were really modern where they're like these stark white cafes with just walls of scratching posts and shelves for cats and things. And I was not really feeling that. And then I also saw these really cute ones where it was like this huge mess of clutter and cat toys and things. And I thought I kind of want a happy medium between those two because I wanted the kind of modern vibe and I also wanted the eclectic vibe, but I wanted it to be playable. I didn't want it to be a bunch of stuff like clutter lying around, then probably have to delete a bunch of things. The only thing I'm not 100% sure if you can get to by the time the build's done is that scratching post in the corner under the stairs by the couch. I'm pretty sure you can use it, but I'm not 1,000%. And I did, the espresso bar moves a lot, but I know it's playable because I had to bring Sims into the build to screenshot it later. And for some reason, 2 baristas showed up for this one little cafe, and they both were behind the counter. So but here's the second floor. I put a couch up here too because I mostly added it for the bathroom and the little cat litter box area, but there's also a cute balcony, and I put like a solitary table up there, so you have the one chair. So if you're that person that's just like there for the cats and not there for socializing like normal cafe spirit, go upstairs and sit in your solitary chair with a cat, I guess. There's also a couch and I think a cat tree or something up there too. But I haven't gotten to explore a lot of this build. I'm actually really, really excited for the vet career and the vet clinic aspect because I rewatched the trailer for the veterinary part specifically this morning because I guess I watched it and just didn't retain it for some reason. And it goes so in depth. I was thinking that it would be like the restaurants where you go through and you buy a restaurant and there's some, like you can build your menu and stuff, but mostly it's just, you know, you just kind of do things, you make money, and I don't know, it didn't feel very detailed to me. Like, it's like, here's a restaurant, you do a restaurant thing, and the same with Get to Work. Like, if you work at the hospital, you're just kind of like cleaning beds, and hey, check this patient, and it's all kind of vague. But with cats and dogs, they were in the trailer, they're naming, like, different illnesses the animals can have, and they're talking about, like, neutering the pets versus just, like, checkups and groomings, and there was a lot going on, so I'm really excited for that. I also want to maybe build a custom clinic. I don't know. I have to play it to kind of see how the clinic works first. But I posted on Instagram, which if you aren't following me, you should, because I post a lot of Sims edits there, and I post updates via Instagram stories. But I asked in a story if anyone would like to see me do Cats and Dogs Let's Play, and there were enough yeses to make me want to do it, which, let's be honest, I didn't need a lot of convincing because I don't need any excuses to play The Sims. So I'm thinking of putting something together for that, and maybe it'll be, I don't want to change the schedule as it is now. Right now it's Tuesdays and Fridays, and Tuesdays are currently slotted across the board for the Witch in the City challenge. So I'm thinking maybe I'll build a Cats and Dogs Let's Play and slot it for Saturdays. So we'll add an extra day. But we'll see. Oh, and there's the little kitty cubby litter box area thing. I actually have to go back and move those curtains later because I placed them too high, and you'll see I'm struggling because I don't know what it is. I can never get curtains, cabinets, and I guess curtains and cabinets to place properly the first time. I don't know, but they end up sticking through the roof because I end up doing a flat roof just to kind of maintain that townhouse building style, and the poles up through the roof. But yeah, I was building this, exploring the new expansion and listening to Taylor Swift for a solid hour. The new album, Reputation, is amazing. I'm sorry I said I wouldn't gush, but I'm going to gush. Endgame is my endgame, honestly. It has everything I need. Beautiful lyrics. It just, it makes me feel things. That's all I can say is it makes me feel things. And Ed Sheeran is one of my favorite artists, and his part in that is amazing as well. So what more could I ask for in a new song that I stayed up a long time to release? Because honestly, I should have been in bed a long time ago because I have to go to work in the morning. But here we are talking about The Sims and Taylor Swift. It's called Dedication. Try it sometime. But yeah. Oh, I didn't realize there was a mailbox on that lot. I guess it was meant to be residential. I was originally going to do a create a sim first, but like I said, or I guess create a pet is CAP is the acronym for create a pet now. I've heard some people throwing that around, but I really wanted to get this build out there. Like I said, I was so scared. I don't know why. I made myself paranoid, I guess, that someone else was going to build a cat cafe, and then I'd post my cat cafe and it'd be like, oh, well, someone already did this. And I'd be like, no, I've been thinking of this since they announced it, because I just built it as a cafe, like kind of base game community lot type. But there are so many things you could do with this. I think, like, if you wanted to open it as a restaurant or a store, change it like so it's still got that cafe style, but you could make it a bakery, so your Sims selling pastries and things. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of stuff you could do with this, and of course, freaking cats. Just throw cats in there. That's also another reason why I wanted to put it on this lot, because there's a bunch of cats, from what I understand, a bunch of cats running around in that part of Brindleton Bay, and so I'm not entirely sure how it works because I haven't played the game yet. I just dove right into the building. That there are cats running all over the town, and I was thinking maybe that'd be a good way to kind of bring that cat element in, even when there aren't people in the cafe, because I know you can walk around with your pet following you. So you could walk around, you could bring your cat into the cat cafe. But I don't know, I'm going to test it. There will be updates for sure because I will be playing with this build. I don't know. I'm a little partial to it, but I think it's cute. And see, you can see I threw in that city living couch there because I was like, oh, just kind of like thrifted things. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but the cafes here where I live, it's kind of like that. It's like that thrifted couches, the local musicians and artists, that kind of stuff. And it's a cozy space, like a cozy public space that is really intimate. So that's kind of what I was going for, plus cats. But yeah, there's the tree. I thought about adding, because there's a lot of crates and things for the beach aspect, and it kind of feels like almost Brindleton Bay has a shipping aspect to it, like it's like a port city. And I was going to play around with adding a bunch of crates and stuff behind the building, but I wanted to keep the lot compact because I want it to fit wherever you put it, and I also want it to be something you can add on to. So I do a little bit of landscaping. I add some flowers and things, and you'll see I fence off those two tables in the outside tables, just so they felt a little less just thrown outside. But I didn't add a lot of outside decor or anything. I did see that Cats and Dogs comes with these awesome awnings that were perfect for this build, because I was playing with the idea of adding like various things to the windows because they just look so flat to me right there before I put those awnings on, and I hated it. more than anything. Like, they look cool upstairs because I can throw window boxes and stuff on them, but with the tables there, I didn't want to crowd it with the window boxes and maybe make the chairs not playable. And I was scrolling through and I found those awnings, or I guess they're not technically awnings. Are they awnings? I don't know. It's 2 a.m., guys. But they're perfect. They're beautiful. I love them. I also was trying really hard not to turn this into a Windenburg build, because making it cute and kitschy and everything really made me want to drift toward that side of the game and those items. So I was trying really hard not to use anything from Windenburg. I almost threw in Windenburg window boxes, which that's a mouthful, Windenburg window boxes. And I thought about using some of the Windenburg wall styles, but I was strong. I restrained myself. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this build. It's too early in the morning for this. But was it worth it to stay up for Cats and Dogs? Yes. Am I excited to play through the other elements of Cats and Dogs? Yes. Will there be a create a pet coming soon? Absolutely. That is the next item on my to-do list. I will not be creating a pet tonight, or this morning, I guess. But there will be a create a pet coming. I'll be posting a poll on Instagram to see whether there's a preference for cats or dogs, because all my head is telling me to do is create a fox because I love foxes, which I don't know if I've stated before, but we're not going to get into that because I will ramble for hours and hours and hours about foxes. But yeah, so we'll see if we want to do a cat or a dog and kind of roll with it from there. I really want to play with the feature that is where you can take the breeds the game already has and randomly generate their characteristics to create a mixed breed cat or dog. I think that's really cool, and I feel like a create a pet random genetics challenge would be awesome. I just have to see how it works. I was also wondering, which this is probably an easy to answer question, I just need to play the game, whether you can breed the pets, because I know in that trailer for the vet part of the pack, it talks about, like, there's the dog that gets fixed towards the end. So is that just a thing? Like, it's part of the game? Like, hey, you get your pet fixed in real life so you can get your pet fixed in the game? Or is it actually like they can breed, so if you get them fixed, then your dog or cat can't breed? That is a question I have. But the screenshots are rolling, so I'm going to let you go. I'll see you guys in another video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and do all that great stuff. If you're looking for me on social media, all the links are down below. Thank you. Bye.